And now, without any further delay, I think it's
The Mark Thompson Show.
how about Gary Dietrich, everybody? Now, let's one more try for Gary Dietrich. Hi, Gary Dietrich.
Mark, how you doing, buddy?
I'm well. We finally got it going, so at least now we know the dance, and it'll be easier next time.
Yeah,
But-
sorry. I was first time I'm signing into StreamYard and yada yada. I think we're all good now. But I want you to know in the future we will go full cam. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah, you don't have to go full. I mean, you don't have to go full cam, although it does give the audience something to look forward to. But I mean, people are welcome to join audio only. We're kind of doing right now the radio show on YouTube, so people are welcome just to be audio only. So you're fine. Don't.
Gary's got that TV look though. He's in Sacramento, the TV affiliate there. So he's he's got that debonair thing going on.
He wants that.
He's ready for his live shot.
He wants the screen time. Yeah.
Don't go with carpool karaoke look. She said, "Don't do that." So next time.
All right, let's. He's in and out, but let's try to get a couple of words with Gary Dietrich real quick on California props. Kim, you can start. You wanted information on Prop 30. Is that what you wanted, or is?
Yeah, the one. Which is the one that is the Native American Indian casinos?
Oh, that's 26. 26 and 27, but 26 is the Native American, I think.
Yeah, is that big casino money one? Should we be voting no? I think I'm leaning no anyway, but I just wondered.
Well, the one of them, Kim, is backed by major Indian casinos. That's one of them. Okay. The other one is backed by online betting interests, along with some card rooms, and it's these two major power brokers that are battling it out. $400 million on these two propositions, the most expensive pair of propositions in our state's history. And both of them are right now going down in the polls, but there's already word on the street up here in the state capitol. This is just round one, guys. Both of these are likely to fail, it looks like right now, and they'll be back at it again in 2 years.
Gary, two things. First of all, the ones you mentioned, 26 is the one with the Native American interests more at play, and the bigger one you talk where there's big gambling interests, that's 27. I'd suggest that everybody vote no on both, and I don't need to suggest it because it looks as though everybody's going that way anyway. But when you say $400 million, I wanted to kind of just follow that out a little bit. That's a media spend, essentially. When you say $400 million, that's to get the word out, to push your prop onto the public, isn't it?
Yeah, total expenses, Mark. You're exactly right. Most of it's media buy. I mean, we've been inundated with those TV commercials for months, right? But it's any expenditures on the campaign.
So now I want to go to the midterms, and I want you to now just take it and tell us where you find the most intriguing and important races exist.
Well, believe it or not, we have some right here in California. In the Central Valley, there's several races. Remember, all the House districts were redrawn across the nation as a result of our 10-year census. So you've got a lot of battleground districts newly drawn. Some of them are in California. Some of those will help determine the margin for or against. Of course, right next to us here in Nevada, one of the top 5 states is going to determine who controls the Senate. And so, it's, as you would say, Mark, it's a big deal. I mean, we've got right now in 2.5 weeks, one of the most potentially consequential elections in a long time. And of course, immediately, literally the day after, 2024 starts.
And as you do the sort of looking at the tea leaves, are there any polls that tell you anything? I was saying before that when you look at national polling, the ebb and flow of red and blue seems to have followed the economy. I mean, there was this this post-Roe overturn anger, it seemed, that would buoy a lot of Democrats in various key races. Now that seems to have evaporated, and the economy seems to have trumped whatever anger there was. I'm wondering how you read all the polling now and how contemporary polling points to the future.
Well, let's go 30 years ago. It's the economy, stupid. Clinton's famous campaign line in 1992. That's where we are, Mark. All the polls show that the economy inflation, and then third, crime are leading the way across the board, across the nation. And that is what is affecting the outcomes of this. Everybody's talking this week about the big New York Times poll that on Monday showed the so-called generic ballot. That is, are you in favor of Republicans or Democrats controlling Congress? It swung back Republicans' way 5 points. And then if you drill down in that poll, perhaps the most telling number is the presidential approval rating, because that has been an amazingly accurate descriptor of what's going to happen in terms of control of Congress. We know the president's rating has been hovering up just above or just below 40%, but this is the key, Mark. When people are asked, well, okay, so you're for or against Biden, but how strongly do you feel about that? The people that are against Biden are polling about 20 points ahead in terms of I'm strongly against, as opposed to those who say I'm strongly in favor of the president. And it's that strength of passion that really determines who gets out to the polls, who casts their votes.
And that's a great point. The last point you make, which is, why is that important? Because the people who feel strongly about it will actually get in the car and go out to the polls, or they'll actually follow through and make sure their ballot gets counted. When you come back and join us again, which I'd love for you to do next week, I'd like to talk more. I mean, I really would like our conversation with Gary Dietrich to be on an ongoing basis, as especially we get closer to the midterms. So will you make a deal to, now that we've got the technical glitches out, to come back and visit us next week?
Well, Mark, as I used to say on some of your game shows, it's a deal.
Gary Dietrich, come on. Thanks, Gary Dietrich. A lot of fun.